Well, hello there all the YouTubers and fans of Total War series. My name is theAmbassador and I will be running commentaries on Rome Total War online battles here on Heaven channel of the Heaven clan. As well as doing internal battles between Heaven members, we will be battling other clans and anyone who is out there in the lobby. So if you are a good player and know CWB rules, feel free to contact us in the lobby. And make sure to subscribe to this channel and visit our website. The link is available from the profile below. As for the channel background and intro to this video, it can change and it will probably change, so what you see now is not necessarily a finished version. The channel has begun its existence a few days ago, so we are still in the progress. Now I feel it's actually time for me to say something about what's going on the screen. And what is going on the screen is me, nicknamed Amba, and my ally IndianKing, battling Spartan warrior of Hell clan and dark warrior of HDR clan. As now I have spent all this time talking the introductory talk, and as I did not get to record the end of this battle, unfortunately, it will be quite pointless to start talking about our army composure now, so I'll only say that we won by the narrowest of margins, that this battle really wouldn't have taken so long if I controlled my Spartans decently, because for most of the time they were just standing around in bunches, evidently making fun of the Roman warfare, which did not even require them to fight. None of the action has started yet, as you can see, but soon it is going to commence. There, as you can see, my ally asks me to send down his way a couple of pikemen units, so in case of cavalry attack they can defend way more effectively than his Roman troops can, because they got pikes. My archers need not actually stand in the line of enemy fire, and thus I have ordered them to get behind my lines, and my two front units of pillar takers, my armored hoplites, are going to charge into the enemy to keep him busy for a while, until I wait for IndianKing to actually pull up and take stand alongside me in this line. As my pillar takers are already half strength from all the spears that have been thrown on them, they rout practically immediately at the sight of the enemy, and as they have proven to be these useless, I have to send my front row of Spartans in to keep my opponent busy even further. My front row is not upgraded as well as the rest of my army, since their mission is just to get in there and hold the line for as long as possible. They are upgraded only gold defense and silver attack, whereas the two back rows of my Spartans, which I'm selecting right now, are upgraded gold and 2 experience chevrons. As you can see, the charge did not work out quite as I intended it to, and all my Spartans are starting to bunch up just as promised. But the IndianKing is engaging his opponent on his side, so I should not fear that I will be flanked. There I am trying to extend my flanks in order to stop enemy troops passing by, and his cavalry for some reason has decided that it is actually fun to charge straight into my Spartan pikes. Luckily for them, they have actually escaped that charge with relatively low number of casualties, and proceeded happily around my rear to charge IndianKing's cavalry later. Roman Julii infantry, thankfully for me, is not that active, keeps its stand, watching how well my front row of Spartans will do and whether it is actually required of them to take part in the battle. Or well, at least that's my thoughts on this. Spartan warrior in command of them might have had different thoughts, of which we will never know. There I am, ordering some more of my troops to attack, as I don't like the sight of 2 urban cohorts watching over my back, and I wish to come and greet them. And there I'm trying to sort out the massive bunch of 3 or 4 Spartan units right up front, which are completely ineffective, and there, as the time comes and our opponents decide to charge our cavalry, I am trying to get my Spartan units back into action quite quickly, so they can actually take part in it before IndianKing's cavalry routs completely. Luckily for me, I did get there in time, and I did get to charge Julii with my pikes, which made them realize what they're actually doing and withdraw from the battle. As the other opponent, Brutii Romans, wasn't so understanding, I sent my pikes down the other way and met his cavalry head-on. Which wasn't exactly pleasant for their cavalry, I must admit. And here you can see me trying to use every last Spartan I have to engage Julii's soldiers in battle so that they do not attempt to do anything behind my rear. I try to get them guys into this gap between 4 Julii cohorts so that they can flank either of them, and take on the rest of our opponent's cavalry with my 2 Spartan units which have been sent there for this very purpose. And as their mission seems to be complete, I'm sending them back to reinforce my lines and help me to keep off Julii infantry. I do not really care whether they're in phalanx formation or not anymore, because due to the way they're placed, it does not really make much difference. However, there I see a chance to take on this brave urban cohort charging me from the back, and I engage them in phalanx mode. And for some reason I find that swinging phalanx spears around actually gets that formation more kills, so that is what I do. I charge the cohort which attacks me from the rear, and then I suddenly charge the one which attacks me from the front, and I get the double amount of kills. Sometimes you can even see the guys fly up in the air, charged by the pikes, charged by the moving pikes. My ally has found a couple of units which he can send down my way, as evidently they are not needed down his end due to his military skill and prowess, so that help is received with welcome. However, my Spartans seem to do quite well and hold the line quite valiantly. However, yet again they seem to just stand around and do nothing, so I have to keep clicking and clicking and clicking to make them actually charge. Now urban cohorts of IndianKing take the spot of the viewers, of the crowd, and just stand behind my line. Inactive for the moment. However, due to my horrendous management of my Spartans, later they will actually get some action. Thanks for IndianKing's cavalry charging into the rear of one of the engaged Julii's cohorts. We routed them pretty quickly, and now I can progress my troops and deploy them behind the other cohort, hoping to envelop them and thus make them rout just as easily, which will cut down on the time this battle takes and bring us much desired win. Hand-to-hand combat rages on, and I'm trying to make use of every soldier I've got by deploying them behind enemy lines, if possible, and just making sure that they attack enemy from the front, which is really essential. There I see that bunch of Spartans doing nothing, therefore I transport them to the main line, which seems to be crumbling from both sides.
The enemy general flees! Press forward so that the spirit of this army is a broken tool!
Unfortunately, it did not make home in there enough to make them rout. However, at least I routed the general's cohort, so that is a bit of help. Now I can deploy these 3 formations of Spartans behind the next cohort and repeat the operation until completed. Until no longer necessary, shall we say. There, my brave general has decided to assist us in victory by throwing himself onto a Roman sword. How much that helped, I'm not sure. However, we finally seem to be getting an edge over this battle and enveloping Romans one by one. I was quite surprised by the amount of time it took us to rout every single one of opponent's units. But that is probably just due to my poor management. Because if I had Roman cohorts similar to everyone else's on the field, I could have actually charged with them some impact. Whereas a phalanx coming up your rear slowly and casually does not actually scare you as much as a ton of charging guys, which will smack into your back. And now, as this video is coming to its rather unfortunate end, I'll have to say bye to you and say that more videos will be coming, and they will be coming soon, so keep checking, subscribe to our channel, and I'm looking forward to seeing you, or well, your comments next time. Good game to our opponents.
Spartan hoplite! Men of Sparta! Stand in formation!